So here we are, Grandpa Geoff. So you've got a few adventures to tell.
Well, I never thought about rallying or racing because I never had enough money until, I don't know what year it was, but I had a drop head Hillman Minx, which of course they're no longer in existence. But I took part in an Otley Motor Club event, just for a bit of fun. And I came in third, and that sort of whetted my appetite. In fact, there's a dish on the table under the stairs, and that was I think that the one that was a prize. And so then I started doing various events, mainly rallying, and I didn't have an awful lot of success, but I did have a number of accidents.
Oh gosh.
And my father was dead against it because he used to ride motorbikes before the First World War, and I think he thought I was going to kill myself or something, or it may have been mother, I don't know. But
it didn't cross your mind at all, Grandpa Geoff, did it?
No, it didn't.
No.
And it actually ended, the rallying ended, when I had a Volvo, which had been tweaked a little bit to make it go faster. And I had overdrive on all gears, so that instead of having 4 gears, I had 8.
Wow. And
I was at Scarborough on Oliver's Mount, speed hill climb, and there was a straight, quite a quarter of a mile straight, and then a hairpin bend where the start of the hill was. And I slipped it from 3rd gear overdrive back into 3rd gear ordinary, in order to use the engine as a brake going into this hairpin bend. Unfortunately, I was going too fast, and the back wheel started sliding and slid onto the grass at the side of the road, and the car would end over end and then side over side, and I finished up on the floor with my foot trapped on the horn. And the car was a mess. In fact, it was the first Volvo in Britain to be so badly damaged, the bodywork, they had to send a new body for it from Sweden.
That's an achievement, isn't it, in itself, Grandpa Geoff? Well done.
And of course I got the car towed back to Ilkley, where I was living at the time, and Father called in the garage to have a look at the car. The bonnet was open, and he said, "Are twin carburetors normal on these cars?" So the foreman, who knew my little dodges, had to tell the truth and say no. We did a conversion for him, all of which I was putting through the firm, the cost. And Father made me promise never to, it wasn't a Volvo, it was a drop head Ford Consul, and Father made me promise never to rally it. The next car I got, because I wanted a Volvo, and I promised never to rally again, and I never did. But he didn't mention anything about racing, circuit racing, or speed hill climbs, or anything, any other form of motorsport. Until, oh no, I'm totally wrong. There was another accident to the console, to the Ford,
Right.
that brought his attention to it. And I said, he said, what car do you want? And within limits. And I said, I'd like a Volvo. He said, why? I said, well, it's a new car from Sweden. It's only just come into the country. Very reliable, and etc., etc. I gave him the spiel. And then he said, well, if you promise never to rally it, we'll get one, which he did. And of course it was a very good car, very fast and acceleration, etc. And I did pretty well with it. I got a number of awards strewn around the house that I got with it.
What, that you won through like local championship, like local leagues and things?
Yeah.
Races.
Well, I was a member of the Yorkshire Sports Car Club, and I was also a member of the British Automobile Racing Club. And I had an international racing driver's license.
Wow.
And also a national rally license.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Of course, the rally, I still got it, I think, so in the drawer in the TV room. And as I say, I was quite successful with that until, this was when I was at Scarborough. I rolled it and wrecked it.
Oh gosh.
And he played hell with me. I said, well, I kept my promise. I promised never to rally it, and I never have.
Yeah.
And he realised then that he was wasting his time trying to stop me. And he did stop me. He didn't stop me. But I carried on for 2 or 3 years. But then the Ford brought out well, it was a hotted up version of the console, Cortina, I think it was called. And that was lighter and faster than the Volvo, and I was getting on a bit anyway. So I stopped competing.
Okay.
Well, there was no point. I couldn't cope with the competition. So then I went on to marshalling, and I marshalled at several Grand Prix.
And what, when you marshal, do you have to be in a car, like
No.
you're on the side of the track?
Well, unless you happen to be one of the senior people who are running it, the RAC or whoever, or BARC, whoever was running the meeting, they have to go around the circuit before the race and make sure.
Check out, do the checks and safety, yeah.
But no, I was doing, I started doing corner marshalling. That's on bends, and you were in touch with the main place by phone, and you reported any incidents that helped us with a fire or anything like that. And then I got on to the team who actually examine the cars before they compete, to make sure that they abide by all the controls.
Yeah.
And there I used to marshal the cars to go into line and into, position to go into the tent or building where the examinations were done. And there I remained for about 5-6 years. And then I think when we moved to Knaresborough, I can't remember exactly, but oh no, it was after. It was after that because I was still competing here. But it sort of petered out, and I finished. And other than watching it on television, I don't have any connection now to what everybody's either dead or dying.
But also, you're safer in the comfort of your sofa, aren't you, Grandpa Geoff? You're safer watching it from the comfort of your sofa now, as opposed to the driving seat.
I shouldn't be able to drive. I can't drive anyway. So.
Well, maybe one day I'll get into the racing car seat and you can come in the passenger seat and we'll see how that goes. Yeah. Thank you for that, Grandpa Geoff. Out we go.
It's a pleasure.